Hello people, how's it doing? Today we're talking about a very serious thing, and that is children going to school without lunch and in school without lunch, like in break times and whatever other situation too. And as we all know, we need food. Everybody needs food to operate the brain. The brain needs food, and they need fluids, and they need things to eat, because your brain won't work to its full capacity if you don't have something to eat. And that's that. Everybody knows that. 1 in 5 children in Ireland go to school without food, and this is due to a range of things. The family could not have money. They just forgot that's something that could happen, and the parents might just not care. And sadly enough, it's usually the third one that they usually have to listen to. Well, not have to, but I often hear it's usually the third one. I'm very sorry to say, but it's always usually the third one. The parents don't care, and they just want the child support for the children. And I'm saying to the Minister for Education and the Department of Children, to the Department of Children too, for schools during lunchtime. I think in the morning times they do have things in different schools for secondary schools. In national schools they don't have anything for children to eat, at least in some national schools, at least as far as I'm aware. But in secondary schools they have a juice carton and breakfast bars, which is not going to fill a child. I think the Department of Education should provide for these families that are struggling to feed their children, to feed them at home and to feed them in school. I think the Department of Education should, like the one time I was speaking to Deputy Principal about this, and she said we have a job of educating. That's what they only care about educating. But at the end of the day, what's good is education when you're starving to death? It's not going to really do any good for you. And that's what I said to her really that time. And that's true, that's really true. There's nothing really else you could say about that. And nobody could argue against it. What good is education when you're lying in the grave, dying of hunger? And the Department of Education, the Department of Children, should worry about these children, because the parents might just be on hard times and they can't afford it. Some parents might not just care, as I say, but they're just pure evil if they don't care. Because I wouldn't send any child nearly. I would nearly starve myself to then let a child starve itself. Because everybody needs to, especially when you're in school long hours. You're in school long hours, you're sitting down, you're trying to concentrate. And it's hard for your brain to stay awake, to eat it, to fluid itself and all that, if you don't have something to eat. Because I find that, well, one day I went out, I didn't have time, that's the thing, and this is a long story, but I was going to college and I didn't have something to eat. I was in a hurry. Let's just say I woke up late. That's what happened to me one day. And I woke up late and I only ate one thing, and I got a breakfast bar and just fired it into my mouth before I left. And like June, I felt that day my brain was half dead because I didn't have enough. I didn't need that day into break time, and that was them first 3 classes you had. You were like, oh, I don't know. My brain was completely brain dead because I had nothing to feed my brain. Nothing to feed my brain to think about what I'm talking about and what I'm doing. And sadly, it is happening in our schools, and the Minister for Education should stop caring about education, because my top priority, if I was Minister of Education, would be worrying about children's well-being and all the rest, and not worrying about what, in the name of God, is education stats or Ireland's stats in the world stage and the rest. Couldn't care less. As long as the children were happy and they were fed and they were healthy, then what else do you need? That's really the thing. And that's what we're saying to the Minister for Education. I've met him about this. Because children do go to school starving, and that's really the truth, and it's very, very sad to hear. And they do starve themselves in school, but I recommend that the Department of Education, I'm not asking them to put out a steak dinner and all that during for break times and all that, but just to give them something that help them to the simple things, spuds and I know it sounds awful, but at least give them something. At least give them something that they can eat. That they can survive, at least. Because sadly it is happening in our country, and we have to admit it. We can't deny it, because it is happening. So yeah, thank you for watching. It's really, really sad subject to talk about. I really hate talking about it, but it really is the truth of what's happening in this country, and it's really, really sad to see that parents would let their children starve while they get child support in the West End. They really couldn't care. It's really, really sad, and I really, really, my heart goes out to these children who suffer this greatly, this terribly. And hopefully that the Department of Education will listen to what I said and take it on board. Anyway, thank you for watching.